Spiritual momentum is the force that keeps a person steadfast on their faith and continuously moving forward on the path of righteousness. Just as physical momentum in science refers to the motion of an object that continues unless stopped by an opposing force, spiritual momentum is the energy of faith and good deeds that keeps a person connected to Allah and progressing in their spiritual journey. It is not just about a single act of worship or a moment of inspiration. Rather, it is a continuous process that builds upon itself, strengthening a person's soul and guiding them towards success in this life and the hereafter. A person with strong spiritual momentum does not waver easily when faced with difficulties. Instead of falling into despair, they rely on their faith, prayers, and trust in Allah to keep moving forward. They understand that life is full of tests and trials, but they do not allow hardships to shake their belief. This strength comes from consistent acts of worship, such as daily prayers, reading the Quran, engaging in dhikr, and performing good deeds. These actions, when done regularly, create a spiritual force that helps a person remain steadfast even in the most challenging times. One of the key elements of spiritual momentum is consistency. The Prophet Muhammad emphasized the importance of small but regular good deeds, saying that Allah loves those deeds which are done consistently, even if they are small. This means that maintaining spiritual momentum is not about performing grand acts of worship occasionally, but about ensuring that our connection with Allah remains strong every day. A person who prays regularly, even if they offer only the obligatory prayers, builds a habit that strengthens their spirituality over time. On the other hand, someone who performs extra acts of worship occasionally but lacks consistency may struggle to maintain spiritual momentum. Another crucial aspect of spiritual momentum is having a positive mindset and environment. The people we surround ourselves with, the books we read, the content we consume, and the discussions we engage in all contribute to our spiritual energy. If we are surrounded by people who remind us of Allah and encourage us to do good, our faith will naturally grow stronger. However, if we spend too much time in an environment that distracts us from our spiritual goals, it becomes easy to lose momentum. That is why it is essential to seek the company of righteous people, engage in beneficial knowledge, and always strive to improve our understanding of faith. Building and maintaining spiritual momentum also requires self-discipline and effort. There will be times when a person feels spiritually low or experiences moments of weakness. This is natural because human beings go through emotional and mental fluctuations. However, the key is to not allow temporary setbacks to break the momentum completely. Instead of giving up, one should take small steps to regain their connection with Allah. Even something as simple as making a short dua, reading a verse of the Quran, or helping someone in need can reignite spiritual energy. Ultimately, spiritual momentum is a journey, not a destination. It is about constantly striving to improve oneself and seeking closeness to Allah in every aspect of life. When a person develops strong spiritual momentum, they find peace and purpose in life. They do not get easily distracted by worldly problems because their heart remains focused on the bigger picture, the eternal success of the hereafter. By making a conscious effort to strengthen faith through consistent worship, positive influences, and self-discipline, one can build a spiritual force that keeps them moving forward, no matter what challenges come their way. Spiritual energy is the driving force that keeps a person connected to their faith, strong in their beliefs, and resilient in the face of life's challenges. Just as the body requires physical energy to function, the soul requires spiritual energy to remain firm and active in its journey towards Allah. Without spiritual energy, a person may feel lost, weak, or disconnected from their purpose in life. It is this energy that fuels acts of worship, encourages good deeds, and provides inner peace even in difficult circumstances. One of the most significant aspects of spiritual energy is its role in maintaining faith and devotion. Life is full of ups and downs, and during times of hardship, a person's faith can be tested. If they lack spiritual energy, they may feel overwhelmed, discouraged, or even hopeless. However, when a person has built strong spiritual energy through prayer, remembrance of Allah, and consistent good deeds, they are able to face challenges with patience and trust in Allah's plan. They do not give up easily because their faith gives them strength, guiding them through difficulties with the belief that everything happens for a reason and that Allah's help is always near. Another important benefit of spiritual energy is its ability to bring inner peace and contentment. Many people search for happiness in material things, thinking that wealth, success, or fame will bring them satisfaction. However, true peace comes from within, and it is deeply connected to one's spiritual state. A person with high spiritual energy finds joy in their connection with Allah, knowing that their efforts in worship and good deeds bring them closer to Him. They do not feel empty or restless because their heart is filled with the light of faith. Even in moments of difficulty, they remain calm, knowing that Allah is watching over them and that everything will eventually fall into place. Spiritual energy also plays a crucial role in keeping a person motivated to perform good deeds. Just as physical energy allows a person to carry out daily tasks, spiritual energy encourages a person to pray, read the Quran, help others, and engage in acts of kindness. Without it, a person may feel lazy or disconnected from their religious duties. They may struggle to wake up for Fajr, lose interest in reading the Quran, or neglect their prayers. However, when spiritual energy is strong, worship becomes easier and more fulfilling. A person looks forward to praying, feels joy in helping others, and finds satisfaction in remembering Allah. This energy keeps them on the right path and prevents them from falling into negative habits. In addition to strengthening faith and motivation, spiritual energy also has a positive impact on a person's emotional and mental well-being. Stress, anxiety, and sadness are common struggles in life. But strong spiritual energy helps a person manage these emotions with patience and trust in Allah. When a person regularly engages in worship, recites the Quran, and makes dua, their heart becomes lighter and their worries feel less burdensome. They learn to rely on Allah's wisdom, knowing that He is the best planner and that every difficulty comes with ease. This trust in Allah provides emotional stability, helping a person remain hopeful and positive even in difficult times. Lastly, spiritual energy strengthens a person's moral character and sense of purpose. When a person is spiritually strong, they are more conscious of their actions and strive to live a life that pleases Allah. They are kind, honest, and responsible because they understand that their actions have consequences in this life and the hereafter. They do not waste their time on useless activities, but instead focus on meaningful goals that benefit themselves and others. Spiritual energy gives them direction, helping them live a life filled with purpose, sincerity, and dedication to their faith. In conclusion, spiritual energy is essential for maintaining faith, finding inner peace, staying motivated in worship, managing emotions, and living a purposeful life. It acts as a guiding light that keeps a person connected to Allah, giving them strength, patience, and hope in all situations. By continuously nurturing this energy through worship, remembrance, and good deeds, a person can build a strong spiritual foundation that leads to success in both this world and the hereafter. Consistency in worship is one of the most important aspects of a strong and meaningful spiritual life. It is not just about performing acts of worship occasionally, but about maintaining a steady connection with Allah through regular prayers, remembrance, and good deeds. Worship is like food for the soul. Just as the body needs nourishment every day to stay healthy, the soul needs consistent worship to remain strong and spiritually energized. Without it, a person may feel disconnected, weak in faith, and easily distracted by worldly matters. One of the key benefits of consistency in worship is that it strengthens a person's relationship with Allah. Islam teaches that Allah loves those acts of worship that are done regularly, even if they are small. This means that the quality of worship is not just about the amount, but about the continuity of devotion. A person who prays 5 times a day, even if they only perform the obligatory prayers, maintains a strong bond with Allah. On the other hand, someone who prays extra prayers occasionally but does not maintain consistency may struggle to feel that deep connection. Regular acts of worship create a habit that strengthens faith over time. making it easier to stay on the right path. Another significant role of consistency in worship is that it helps in overcoming spiritual laziness. Many people experience moments when they feel motivated to worship, but after some time they lose that enthusiasm. This is because motivation alone is not enough to sustain a strong faith. Just like success in any field, whether in studies, sports, or a profession, requires daily effort, spiritual success also depends on regular worship. If a person only prays or remembers Allah when they feel inspired, they will struggle to maintain spiritual energy during difficult times. However, when worship becomes a daily habit, it becomes a source of strength, even when life is challenging. Consistency in worship also helps in developing self-discipline and patience, performing prayers on time, fasting regularly, reading the Quran daily, and engaging in acts of kindness require commitment. When a person follows a daily routine of worship, they train themselves to be disciplined, responsible, and focused. This self-discipline benefits not just their spiritual life, but also their overall character. A person who is punctual in their prayers is likely to be punctual in other areas of life. A person who controls their desires during fasting learns to control their emotions and negative habits. In this way, regular worship shapes a person into a more responsible and balanced individual. Moreover, consistency in worship provides emotional stability and inner peace. Life is full of difficulties, and everyone faces moments of stress, sadness, or uncertainty. However, when a person has a strong habit of worship, they find comfort and guidance in their prayers. They do not feel lost or hopeless because they have built a relationship with Allah that gives them strength. Even in times of hardship, they continue their acts of worship, which serve as a source of peace and reassurance. This consistency helps in maintaining a positive mindset, as it reminds a person that Allah is always with them no matter what they are going through. Another essential role of regular worship is that it protects a person from sin and negative influences. When someone prays regularly and remembers Allah consistently, their heart remains aware of right and wrong. They are less likely to engage in bad habits or be influenced by negative surroundings because their soul is nourished with faith. Worship acts as a shield that keeps them away from actions that could harm their spiritual growth. For example, a person who performs Fajr prayer daily is less likely to waste their nights in meaningless activities. Similarly, someone who reads the Quran regularly is reminded of Allah's guidance and is more mindful of their actions. Lastly, consistency in worship helps in achieving long-term spiritual growth. Just like a plant needs regular watering to grow, faith also needs continuous care. A person who remains consistent in their prayers, remembrance of Allah, and good deeds will notice a gradual but strong improvement in their spirituality. They will find it easier to perform acts of worship, feel more connected to Allah, and experience greater clarity in their purpose. Over time, they will become more patient, kind, and resilient, reflecting the true beauty of a person who lives a life centered around faith. In conclusion, consistency in worship plays a vital role in strengthening faith, overcoming spiritual laziness, developing self-discipline, providing emotional stability, protecting from sin, and ensuring long-term spiritual growth. It is the foundation that keeps a person connected to Allah and helps them navigate through life with purpose and peace. By maintaining regular worship and making it a natural part of daily life, one can build a strong and lasting relationship with Allah, leading to success in both this world and the hereafter. A positive environment has a powerful impact on a person's spiritual, emotional, and mental well-being. The surroundings we live in, the people we interact with, and the atmosphere we experience daily shape our thoughts, actions, and habits. Just as a healthy environment helps plants grow strong and flourish, a positive environment nurtures a person's character and faith, allowing them to develop into a better individual. The influence of a positive environment is deep and long-lasting, affecting every aspect of life, from personal behavior to relationships and even success in both worldly and spiritual matters. One of the greatest influences of a positive environment is that it strengthens a person's faith and connection with Allah. When a person is surrounded by individuals who remind them of Allah, encourage good deeds, and create an atmosphere of kindness and sincerity, their faith naturally grows stronger. This is why Islam emphasizes the importance of good company. The Prophet Muhammad said that a person's faith is influenced by the faith of their close friends, and that one should choose companions wisely. A positive environment filled with righteous people motivates a person to engage in acts of worship, avoid sinful activities, and strive for self-improvement. A positive environment also shapes a person's mindset and behavior. When a person is surrounded by positivity, they develop an optimistic outlook on life. They learn to focus on solutions rather than problems, find joy in small blessings, and remain hopeful even in difficult situations. This mindset helps them overcome challenges with patience and perseverance. On the other hand, a negative environment filled with constant complaints, criticism, and discouragement can lead to stress, anxiety, and lack of motivation. Just as a polluted environment can harm physical health, a toxic environment can damage emotional and spiritual well-being. The influence of a positive environment is also evident in the habits and character of a person. When a person is in a place where good values such as honesty, kindness, and respect are encouraged, they naturally adopt these qualities. They become more mindful of their words and actions, treat others with compassion, and develop a sense of responsibility towards their community. On the contrary, if a person spends time in a negative environment where dishonesty, laziness, and bad habits are common, they may slowly begin to absorb those traits even without realizing it. This is why it is important to choose one's surroundings wisely, ensuring that they contribute to personal growth rather than hindering it. A positive environment also plays a significant role in shaping a person's ambitions and success. When a person is in a place where people encourage learning, hard work, and self-improvement, they feel motivated to achieve their goals. Supportive family members, inspiring teachers, and sincere friends create an atmosphere where dreams feel possible and challenges become stepping stones to success. In contrast, a discouraging environment where people constantly highlight failures and focus on weaknesses can make a person feel incapable and hesitant to pursue their dreams. This is why being in the right environment is crucial for personal and academic growth. Additionally, a positive environment has a direct effect on emotional and mental well-being. A place filled with love, respect, and understanding creates a sense of peace and happiness. It reduces stress and helps a person feel secure and valued. This is especially important in family settings where a nurturing environment allows children to grow into confident and kind individuals. Schools, workplaces, and even social gatherings should also promote positivity, as a supportive environment helps people perform better, form healthy relationships, and maintain a balanced life. Creating and maintaining a positive environment requires effort and conscious choices. One way to do this is by surrounding oneself with good company, people who inspire, motivate, and remind of what truly matters. Another way is by contributing to the positivity of the environment, by being kind, helpful, and encouraging to others. Simple actions such as speaking with kindness, avoiding gossip, and spreading optimism can transform an ordinary environment into a place that nurtures growth and happiness. In conclusion, the influence of a positive environment is profound. It strengthens faith, shapes behavior, encourages good habits, fosters ambition, enhances emotional well-being, and contributes to overall success. Being in a good environment allows a person to develop into the best version of themselves, while a negative environment can hold them back. Therefore, it is important to choose surroundings that uplift and inspire, ensuring that they lead to a life filled with purpose, growth, and positivity. Challenges are an inevitable part of life, but they are not obstacles meant to stop progress. Rather, they are opportunities for growth, learning, and self-improvement. Many people view difficulties as burdens that make life harder, but those who embrace challenges with the right mindset see them as stepping stones toward success. Every hardship carries valuable lessons, hidden strengths, and the potential to bring a person closer to their goals and even closer to Allah. Instead of fearing difficulties, one should learn to face them with patience, wisdom, and determination, turning them into opportunities for personal and spiritual development. One of the biggest benefits of challenges is that they help people discover their true potential. When everything is going smoothly, people often remain in their comfort zones and do not push themselves to improve. However, when faced with a challenge, they are forced to think differently, work harder, and develop new skills. A student who struggles with a difficult subject in school, for example, might feel discouraged at first, but if they take it as an opportunity to improve, they will find new ways to study, practice more, and eventually master the subject. Similarly, in life, challenges push people to find creative solutions, build resilience, and strengthen their abilities in ways they never imagined possible. Difficulties also teach important life lessons. Every challenge brings with it a unique experience that contributes to personal growth. Failure, for instance, is often seen as something negative, but in reality it is one of the best teachers. A person who fails in a business, exam, or personal goal can analyze what went wrong, learn from their mistakes, and come back stronger. Without challenges, people would never truly understand the value of patience, hard work, and perseverance. Every successful person, from scholars to athletes to business leaders, has faced countless obstacles. But their ability to learn from them and keep moving forward is what led them to greatness. Another significant way that challenges serve as opportunities is by strengthening faith and trust in Allah. When people go through hardships, they often turn to prayer and seek Allah's guidance more sincerely. This deepens their spiritual connection and reminds them that everything happens for a reason. Islam teaches that difficulties are tests from Allah, meant to purify the soul and increase patience. The Quran states, "Indeed, with hardship comes ease," 94:6, reassuring believers that no challenge is permanent and that relief always follows difficulties. Those who remain patient and steadfast in their faith during tough times not only grow spiritually, but also develop a sense of peace and contentment, knowing that Allah's plan is always better than their own. Challenges also build resilience, which is one of the most important qualities for success in any aspect of life. A person who learns to handle difficulties with patience and determination becomes mentally and emotionally stronger. They are not easily discouraged by setbacks, but instead see them as part of the journey. This resilience helps them stay focused on their goals and overcome future obstacles with greater ease. In contrast, those who avoid challenges or give up easily miss out on the opportunity to grow and improve. Furthermore, challenges often lead to unexpected opportunities. Many times, what seems like a setback turns out to be a blessing in disguise. A person who loses a job may find a better career path. A student who fails an exam may discover a new passion, and someone who faces rejection may be guided toward a better opportunity. Life is full of surprises, and challenges often redirect people to paths that are better suited for them. It is only by facing difficulties with an open mind and a strong heart that one can truly see the hidden opportunities within them. In conclusion, challenges should not be feared or avoided, but embraced as opportunities for growth, learning, and spiritual development. They help people discover their strengths, teach valuable life lessons, strengthen faith, build resilience, and open doors to new possibilities. The key is to approach challenges with a positive mindset, patience, and determination. By doing so, one can transform difficulties into stepping stones towards success, making life's journey not just easier, but also more meaningful. A call to action is a powerful motivator that urges people to take steps toward positive change, growth, and success. Words and ideas have meaning, but without action, they remain incomplete. Whether it is about personal development, faith, education, or helping others, action is what turns dreams into reality. Many people have great intentions, but only those who take consistent and determined steps can truly achieve their goals. Every person has the ability to make a difference, but the key lies in recognizing the need for action and having the courage to move forward. One of the most important aspects of a call to action is personal growth. Every person has the potential to improve, learn, and become better than they were yesterday. However, change does not happen on its own. It requires effort. If someone wants to become more disciplined, they must take steps toward managing their time wisely. If they want to strengthen their faith, they must engage in regular worship and remembrance of If they want to excel in their studies, they must develop good study habits and avoid distractions. The first step is always the hardest, but once a person commits to action, progress follows naturally. Success is not about waiting for the perfect moment. It is about making the present moment count. Another crucial area where action is needed is in faith and spirituality. Many people desire a stronger connection with Allah, but they do not take the steps necessary to achieve it. They may feel inspired after listening to a lecture or reading a verse from the Quran, but inspiration alone is not enough. It must be followed by action. Performing prayers on time, seeking knowledge, making dua, and staying away from sinful habits are all actions that strengthen faith. The Quran repeatedly emphasizes the importance of action alongside belief. A person cannot expect change in their spiritual life unless they actively work toward it. The key is to start with small, consistent steps, as even the smallest good deed done regularly is beloved to Allah. Taking action is also important when it comes to helping others and making a difference in society. Many people recognize the problems around them but do not take any steps to solve them. Whether it is helping the poor, spreading kindness, or standing up for justice, action is what brings change. The Prophet Muhammad taught that even a smile is a form of charity, showing that every person has something to give. Waiting for someone else to take the lead only delays progress. If every person takes responsibility and does their part, even in small ways, the world can become a much better place. One of the biggest obstacles to taking action is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, or fear of hardship. However, true success comes from overcoming these fears and taking the first step. Every great achievement starts with an effort, no matter how small. Those who succeed are not necessarily the ones with the most talent, but the ones who take action despite challenges. The most successful people in history did not achieve greatness by waiting for opportunities. They created their own opportunities through action.